Good morning, happy Sunday from the Desert Bounty Homestead. This is video number 2, and today I want to talk to you about what I do in the mornings. I come out here most mornings, and there's a few rituals that I do that I think really help me maintain the garden health, keeping everything alive, even things that probably shouldn't be alive in Las Vegas in the middle or end of May. Although this is never gonna rustle, I'm probably gonna cut them out. You can see that those are blowing out. But in the mornings, I come out here. We are close to being too hot to where anything is really gonna set fruit. But there's a few things I do in the morning. So first, I've got my toothbrush pollinator head on my real toothbrush, and I come out here and I get this going and I pollinate all of, I can't get this on the video, all of these tomato flowers. I go through, I just hit them all. I'm not gonna do that while on here, but I'll show you that I do that. I also do that, so I do that to every single one of my tomato flowers. I do that to every single one of my pepper flowers, and I do that to every single one of my eggplant flowers. And yeah, I do have bees out here, but I just find that things set a whole lot more if I'm out here actively being a little bee myself. I'm also checking on all the fruits that are sitting here and seeing if they're ripe or if they're ready to be picked. Guess that's the same thing. As well as looking for pest damage. If I start to see sun scald, like, let's go over to the peppers real quick. Okay, so I'm over here by my peppers. You see them right here. And now I do have a shade cloth, or multiple shade cloths over my garden, but there are some places like right here that just, it doesn't get covered. I gotta maybe figure out a solution for this. Summer is really coming soon. But so what I'm doing is I come out here and I check the peppers, and you see this one actually has a little bit of sunburn. I've been watching this one for a few days and it hasn't gotten worse. I've tried to like cover a little bit. And then, so if they do get too bad, or if I notice that they're getting worse progressively, I cut them out and I harvest them, and I cut them still green before they turn colors. I'm also looking for pest damage. This year, honestly, like, there hasn't been much. I've had more disease than anything else. You know, I've got, pretty sure this is a little bit of powdery mildew on my cucumbers that haven't generated it. I got 2 cucumbers so far, and then the whole top of my green stalk is cucumber plants. So that's, I can't grow cucumbers properly. I don't know why. But this year, as far as pests go, I don't know if it has to do with me really allowing my herbs to flower and dill to flower and go crazy, and interplanting a lot of alliums and garlic and onions everywhere. I don't know if it has to do with that I have no pests, or if it has to do with birds, more birds coming here. I don't know, but in previous years I've really struggled with pests, and again, I guess we're just coming into pest season. Summer is where it gets worse. But so far, knock on wood, I've done really kind of good. Now, I've had disease. Disease has been my struggle this year, but pests, I've gotten aphids, but honestly, I've gotten aphids on things like my dill, and my Brussels sprouts that really I had low faith that even had problems, and I just kind of left them and they've gone away, except for the dill. It's still got aphids on it, but I see lacewings on there all the time eating them, and so I leave them, and I don't worry about those aphids, because I find that, one, it's being attracted to those plants like a trap crop, and then I'll see even the finches are out here eating aphids, so I'm cool with it. As long as I don't have anything dying from any aphid pressure, I'm good with that being the only thing that's out there. And like I said, I've only seen it on the dill and the Brussels sprouts, so I'm not mad at that at all. Actually, I also seen it on some flowering radishes, but again, that's something I just let flower for the bees. And I like the pods a little bit, so I don't even care that they're on the radishes. I'll talk about a failure this year. These are my onions. I mean, these are edible, and I'm gonna eat them. But my first year growing onions, I bought them as sets, so they're barely even half the size they were when I planted them. Probably half my problem was buying them from Home Depot. You know, I bought, what did I buy this year? I bought bare root strawberries twice from Home Depot. And each time, now mind you, I'm not the best at bare root anything, but these were so dry and crusty, I was worried about them in the first place. So I got 20, and out of the 20, this strawberry right here is literally the only strawberry that survived that. Don't get me wrong, I've got plenty of strawberries, so it's not like I'm so worried about it. In fact, that one's close to being ready. But I was trying to get these. They're supposed to ripen totally white, and I thought that was pretty cool. So we'll see. I got the one. One is all you really need, because if it lives and it makes it, it will throw off runners next year, and I'll get those. So we'll see. I do have bees. I call this the most dangerous section of my garden, but let me show you them. They just hang out down there. So they kind of kick me out of this section of the garden. Although they don't mess with me. I used to have a giant, I'm okay with standing right here with them. I'm like around the corner from them, so they can only see me when they're flying, and we have a mutual understanding there. But past me, I was like scream like a little girl and run away from everything. So I got my bird feeder up there. Can you see my finch? Oh, I get like 20 finches here in the morning now. They were eating my quail food, so I had to put some shade cloth over that. Now they can't get to there, but I want the finches because, like I said, they're over here. They're eating worms. They're eating aphids. They're eating beetles. Whatever's in this garden, they're eating it. Except for the roly-polies and centipedes, but that's a different story. But, so I gave them a feeder up there. And ever since I put that up, oh, there was one hanging out up there. Ever since I put that up, the finches, they've brought multiple friends, and they make a big mess below it. But then the doves come by and they're helping out in the garden too. So I'm not mad at them in any way. So anyways, do me a favor, like, share, comment what you're doing in your garden on a Sunday. And I hope you decide to follow me. This is my second video, but I promise there's gonna be more. Kyle, out.